What's up? It's Clark with Defeating the Settle. Sun's going down. Decided to come out to the beautiful pool in my new apartment and give you a simple 5-step law of attraction practice that you can do first thing in the morning when you wake up to really manifest what you want. Let's go. Very, very simple, straightforward practice. We'll jump right into it, not waste any time. The very first thing you can do when you wake up is to disconnect from the world. Now think about how most people wake up. They wake up groggy or underslept and they need caffeine right away or whatever, or they reach for their phone and they got to stay connected, right? Social media and all that stuff. Well, that's a very reactive state. And it takes all your power away when things are you're reacting to. When you're reacting to the inbox and you get annoyed and then it gets you on this loop and whatever. So when you disconnect from the world and you start connecting with yourself first thing in the morning, extremely, extremely powerful. And what you'll start to find is that some of your best ideas don't come from an Instagram post or a YouTube video or a audiobook or a podcast or all these things we need to connect with. They actually come from when you disconnect and you go within. Man, like stillness is the best teacher. It's an ocean, and when you dive in, you realize there's a lot of noise in there, and there's a lot of great ideas that you already have. Socrates says that learning is really remembering, and that it's not all about putting all these ideas in, but it's about taking ideas out of your head that no longer serve you. So that's the first thing you do first thing in the morning, right? To manifest, to attract, to really go after your goals. Disconnect, don't connect. The next thing you do, number 2, okay, and there's 5 parts, remember. I'm nervous about my camera falling. Hopefully not in the pool. The second thing you do, you focus on breath, breathing. Think about it for a minute, right? 40 days, 3 weeks without food, 3 days without water, 3 minutes without oxygen. But most people, they focus on what do I eat to feel healthy? What do I drink to feel healthy? How much water? We don't really focus on the breath. And when you're focused on the breath, when you breathe from your belly, the diaphragmatic breathing, some sort of breath work, man, like just take 6 deep breaths right now, like as I'm talking, right? Just 6 seconds in, 6 seconds out, and feel how calm and present you are. And when you put that energy in the present moment, now you have so much more energy freed up to focus. Because here's what happens. When you don't breathe, you get in this like fight or flight state where you're thinking and you're overthinking and your thoughts are everywhere, right? You're not centered. So 1 minute you want this thing, the next minute you want this, you want to attract this, you want to manifest this, you want this goal, you want this business, you want this. It's overwhelming. So when you breathe, you center yourself in the moment. Massive first thing in the morning. Third thing I highly recommend you do is you focus on your vision, okay? I was listening to Joe Dispenza, geeking out on his stuff. I'm doing a deep dive this month on all his work, and he calls it remembering your future. This is where the law of attraction comes in. A lot of people want to manifest things or attract things into their life, right? How do I get this thing? How do I get this person? How do I get this job, this money, this relationship, whatever? But what we don't realize is that when we're focused on getting, we're reinforcing I don't have. And when you're trying to go after creation from a place of lack, you're just going to get more of that, which is lack. And so you got to remember your future. Now, this gets a little geeky and stuff, but I'll give you a perfect example. So when I was about a year ago getting in, really deep diving into this stuff and law of attraction, spirituality, and really focusing on the inner work, I heard visualization, I started remembering my future. And I'm like, okay, where do I want to live? What car do I want to drive? What relationship do I want to be in? All the like the exterior stuff, which is normally where we start, which is fine. And I was remembering it, and I'm like, okay, instead of writing goals, instead of like, I want, right? Because that enforces I don't have. What if I just picture myself in those things? And so I pictured myself living somewhere sunny with a pool. I pictured myself driving a classic car. I picture myself with a girlfriend or a dream partner or someone with a good relationship. And like literally a year later, right? Like, I mean, this, I'll show you the view in a bit. It happens. And so every day I would sit down and try to remember it and just really visualize it. And it's okay right now if it's murky for you, but you owe it to yourself first thing in the morning when you wake up. Sit there and visualize it and just like play it through almost like a tape recorder or a movie. really dive into that. It can be for 5 minutes even. It doesn't have to be for 5 hours or 50 minutes or whatever. Give yourself 5 minutes to focus and remember your future first thing in the morning. Hope that's helpful. Post in the comments if it is. The next thing I want you to do is to choose which emotions and thoughts you want to feel, you're committed to feeling that day. Now here's another point on this. In Joe Dispenza's book, you can tell I've been reading his stuff a lot. He says this. He says that most people think to make a change or to manifest or attract, we need to think and then do, and then we can become. Okay, if I think about where I want to live, then I can move there, and then I can become the person who lives there, right? Or if I can think about something, then I can do actions, and then I get this thing, is how that goes. But it's backwards. You already have that version within you. When you can be, then do, then think, that's the power of influence right there. When you act as if you're that ideal person that you want to step into, that millionaire, and you have those habits or whatever, applies to whatever you want. When you act as if you're someone worthy of love or an attractive partner or, a good relationship, when you act as if you're that healthy person with a six-pack and all that stuff, you naturally start to do the things that get you that. And then as you're doing the things, you start to think differently. Okay, so I want to leave you with that focus on being, doing, then thinking, not always thinking, doing, then being. I think a lot of YouTube videos, we focus on what to think, positive thinking, willpower, motivation, and it doesn't work as well as when you step into who you are and when you take time to breathe, when you take time to meditate, when you take time to have a vision and mental rehearsal, all the things we just spoke about. Does this make sense? Post in the comments down below right now. Be, do, think. I commit to being, doing, then thinking. Post that in the comments down below so I know you made it to the end. I'm about to go inside. We got some plans later. We're going to like a Top Golf where you hit balls off like this really cool building and whatnot. But I wanted to let you know that if you like this stuff, if you're geeking out on some of these morning routines, I have a new course that's Morning Ritual Secrets. Okay, where in 7 days, we're going to walk you through start to finish some of the most powerful, effective ways to manifest law of attraction, to get goals in your life. And in just 7 days, I'll teach you everything you need to know to get started and tapping into the most powerful part of the day, which is first thing when you wake up. Do not waste that. Okay, so it's in the link below. It's super affordable. 60-day money back guarantee. For any reason you hate it, you're not going to hurt my feelings. Just email us and you get all your money back. So there's no brainer decision. It's in the link below. And guys, thank you so much. See you in the next video. Until then, stop settling, start living. See ya.